food in Madagascar, like I mentioned, is really good. It's really cheap compared to American standards, so missionaries have no problem buying food as long as they're wise with their money, which tends to be a problem sometimes. It's very... it took a little bit to get used to, I guess. It might be hard on your body at first because you're not used to it. But like I said, they eat a lot of rice. Their meat is really good. Any meat, you know, whether it's pork, beef, chicken, they do a really good job of cooking it, and so it's really soft, and it's, you know, it's easy to eat. They also like a lot of fat in their meat, which obviously I didn't like, and most people don't like. Coming from an American culture, we tend to shy away from fat, but they'll eat it, and they really like it for some reason. It's interesting. But if you tell them that you don't like it, it's fine. They won't necessarily be offended, and they'll give you the meat. One time I was eating, and I was with a member, and I eaten my food and left the fat there, and I looked away for something. I looked back and my fat was gone. I was like, oh, all right, I guess he wanted it more than me, and it was totally fine. So they like that kind of thing. They really like spicy food, and the food isn't necessarily spicy just by itself, but they have this thing called sakai. So every table, if you go to a restaurant, well, they don't call them restaurants, they call them hotelis. Basically a little hole-in-the-wall shack thing where they serve rice and they'll have a little container on the table with the peppers. That's all it is peppers. It's called sakai. And you just put a little bit of that on your rice, and it basically just makes everything spicy. They really like that. I really liked it. It was good. They also drink this thing called, what's it called? Ranu pangu, which is burnt rice water. And it sounds kind of disgusting, but it's actually really good. So after they finish cooking the rice, and you know, there's always rice stuck to the pan, the bottom of the pan, and they'll put water in it, and they'll cook it, and the burnt rice, and they'll cook water with it, and so it comes out, you know, brown, kind of. I guess imagine it looks like something like coffee, but and you can drink that, and it's kind of an acquired taste. Takes a while, and a lot of missionaries didn't like it, but I liked it. I thought it was good. So they'll supply you with that, because when you eat rice, you know, you get thirsty a lot. They also, with their rice, they'll put, I don't know what you would call it. It's called lasari in Malagasy, and there's a couple different kinds. They'll have mangoes, tomatoes, or carrots, or maybe other things, or what's that called? Papaya. And they'll grate it, and then they'll mix it with like vinegar and onions and stuff. And so it's kind of like a garnish that you'll put on with the meat and everything on your rice, which is really good. Desserts in Madagascar, from an American standpoint, are not very good at all. They don't use a lot of sugar, so their cakes look the same as ours, but they taste like butter. That's kind of my equivalent of it. They taste like butter. They're not very good. For the most part, there are some, you know, bakeries that I would go to with some of my companions that were really, really good, and we get some stuff. But I think those are mostly French influenced, because there's a lot of French influence there, from the fact that they were a colony of France for about 60 years, about 65 years. But there are a lot of other little types of foods. They have these things called nems, sorry. And they're kind of like an egg roll, but it has like meat rolled up in it. They have sambos, which are kind of like, what are those called? Wontons, like Chinese wontons. They also have meat stuffed inside of them. A bunch of other fried stuff that they come up with, like deep fried potatoes, like deep fried mashed potatoes, or they'll like have like spicy breads, other random little snacks. They also have lots of crackers. That's like, I don't know, that's what they'll feed you when you go over to their house. They'll have like little crackers and then some soda. Like soda is really big there, but that's what they can give you, or that's what they'll give you. I mean, obviously the water's not safe to drink, so they'll give you a lot of soda. I think probably one of my favorite things, so the food though, was it's called mufokunju, and it's basically banana bread, but not what we think of. It's a deep fried banana. Like you take a whole banana and you peel it, and then you dip it in batter, and then they deep fry it, and they're really, really good. They're really hot when they're done, because as you imagine, a fried banana gets really hot. Those are really, really good. All sorts of different concoctions, and from one place to the next, it might be different. You know, one member might really like this food, and so they'll make it for you, and you may not like it, but generally the food is the same in most places. Price-wise, there's some areas where it's cheaper, and it'd be easier to buy food. There are also American-type restaurants that a lot of the missionaries like to go to because they missed American food. And there's a few that come close, so you know maybe what you'd expect here, but the majority won't. You know, it's traditional Malagasy food, which is fine with me because I really liked it. And I mean, you don't gain any weight because it's just rice, and it, you know, after an hour you're hungry again because it's just rice. But yeah, the food is really good, and I miss it a lot.